Good day, everyone. I am Nelia L. Montecalvo, your CSS teacher. Okay, before we will start our class today, we will have an opening prayer.
Our loving and generous God, we praise and thank you for the bountiful blessings you have given us. Thank you for giving us a mind that can know and a heart that can love. Thank you for giving us the chance to continue learning amidst the pandemic that had caused a lot of changes in our lives. We are sorry for the times we have failed you. We humbly ask for your forgiveness. Father, help us stay focused on our studies. When learning becomes difficult, grant us the gifts of courage and enthusiasm. Grant us the grace to use our knowledge in making a difference into the lives of the people around us. All this we pray in your mighty name. Amen.
Our objectives for this day, we are going to discuss the procedure in printing a document. Follow the step-by-step instructions to print. Practice personal discipline while performing the task. Develop students to tackle the peripherals. Okay, so for our review, who can recapitulate our previous topic? Yes, our topic is about how to save a document and what is the difference of save and save as. In saving the document class, you will go to the file menu and then you are going to click the save file. Okay, so now what is the difference of save and save as? In save class, that is a new document. Okay, but when you say about save as, you have the existing document that you are going to save it. The original file will not be edited unless you are using the control S. Okay, but in save as class, the existing document will not be changed. Okay, so I will show you this picture, class. What is this? Yes, that is a printer with bond paper. How about this one? Okay, that is the PC tablet. Okay. So now, what is the connection of the printer and the laptop? Okay? And then, do you consider a printer as a peripheral device? And then, why is it important to have a driver or installer in printing a document? So those are the questions that we're going to answer. We'll go back to number 1. What is the connection of the printer and the laptop? So in printing the document class, there should be a connection between your printer and the laptop. There should be a relationship. Okay? And then, in question number 2, do you consider a printer as a peripheral device? Yes. Anything that you are attaching or attached to your computer, that is what you call a peripheral device. Example of peripheral device is the microphone, the speaker, okay? Your keyboard mouse, your keyboard, wireless keyboard, Okay? And then, why is it important to have a driver or an installer in printing a document? It is very important, class, because you cannot print. You cannot have a printing class if your computer does not have a installer. That is why the installer or a driver is a very important in terms of printing. Okay? So now, my question, how to print a document? Okay, so very exciting class. Our class for today is very exciting because I will teach you on how to print a document. Okay, to print a document, your computer needs to be connected to a printer, as what I said earlier. Being able to print is not necessary in order to use Word. But if you want to send a letter in the post or print out a poster, you'll need to have an access to a printer. That is why your printer and your laptop has a connection. Okay? So number one, there's a step number one. Open an existing Word document or start a new document and type your text. For example, you have your existing document or you will having a new document. You will open it. Okay? But if you are going to create new, you will go to the blank document. Step 2. Once you've completed your document and are ready to print, so you're done. You're done typing. You're done opening your document. You are going to click File. So where we can go or where we can find the file. Okay, that is in the top left hand corner of your document. Okay, and then after that, step 3, move down and click Print in the menu. Okay. So, you're going to move down and then this will bring up to the print dialog box. The dialog box will appear. So, after that, what will we do? Okay, step number 4. Choose how many copies of your document you need. So, the dialog box class will ask you how many copies do you want? No. So, maybe you need 4. So, there is a choices class. Okay, so step number 5. Depending on your printer options, there is an option class. What printer is available to your computer? So, for example, you have a printer Epson L360, L120. You need to click also class what printer is available. Okay, you can choose other printing features such as whether you can print you want to print all pages in a certain pages. You can also change the orientation. Yes, there is an orientation class of the print to the portrait or landscape, and tell your computer and printer whether you are printing on a certain size of paper. The size of the paper class, that is the A4, the legal, or short or long band paper. It depends upon on you. And then, you will see on the right and a preview of your printed document will look like. So, you can see also class in the preview class, what would be the document, the printed document look alike. Okay? So, step number 6. When you are happy, class, with your settings, so you are now done. So, do you think that's now consider it's okay? You will click print. So, the document will now start printing on your printer. Okay. So, after checking the printer name, the copies, the orientations, the margins, the settings, anything. So, you are going to click the word print. Okay? So, this time class, I will show you on how to print a document. Okay, this time class, I'm gonna show you on how to print a document. First, you're going to connect the power connector to the source, and then turn on the printer, and then you're going to connect the connector to your laptop or PC tab, or even a cell phone. You can use your cell phone, okay? And then this time I'm gonna open my existing document. Okay, so for example, this is my existing document. So you will go to file menu and then choose print, and there is also class a short way, so you will go CTRL plus P. Okay, so this is now a copies, how many copies you want. Okay, and this is now your printer class. Okay, so we will not use the offline, we will choose the ready class, and then the pages. Okay, so we will use 1, 2, 3, so that's why I use 1 to 3 pages. Okay, and then the sizes class, I choose there are many, okay, choices class, but I choose A4 since I'm using the band paper A4. Okay, so now it's time to print. Okay, let's see. If there is printing. And don't you know, class, that in printing class, you should also have a driver. So what is now my driver? So that is now the Epson L1 to 20. If you don't have the Epson class, you cannot have a connection. So look at now, it's printing, diba? So it's very important to have a driver class. And then how if you don't have? So it's easy, you're going to download, but before you download class, you're going to know the operating system. How to determine your operating system? Just go to this PC and then click properties. In clicking the properties class, oh, see, your Windows is Windows 10. That is your operating system. And then in printing out, in downloading also class, you need to identify this 64-bit. Okay, so that's all for this day. Okay, class, our application. What are the procedures in printing the document? Okay, you will state the procedure in printing the document. You are going to click the existing files if you have the existing files. If you don't have the existing file, you will create a new document. And after that, you will go to file menu. And in file menu class, the printer dialog box will appear. And then you will choose the copies, how many copies you want. Then after that, the printer, what's the printer available, and then the margin, the orientation, and then you are going to click print. Okay, but that time class, you can have now a printing. Okay, how to identify the operating system of your computer? Yes, you know, class, the operating system is very important. It's very important, class, in identifying the operating system, because in downloading what type of operating system, it's easy for you, class, to identify. But the question is how? How to identify it? Okay. First thing to do, you will go to the file manager. And then you will click this PC, right-click, class. Do not forget, right-click this PC, and then you're going to click properties. In clicking the properties, you will see what type of operating system, and then you can identify also your processor, class, if that is 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay, so now our assessment for this day, we will have now a hands-on activity. Okay? You will use the scoring rubrics, class, in rating the performance. Okay? How to print a document. You are going to include the ingredients of the banana cake and print a document and follow the procedures. Okay? So here is now the ingredients of the banana cake. Okay? Okay, so here is now the ingredients. 200 gram or 7.0 ounce overripe bananas. Number 2, 120 gram or 4.2 ounce a self-raising flour, cake flour, or all-purpose flour. 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 3 large eggs in a room temperature. 100 grams or 3.5 ounce powdered sugar. 1 stick or 100 gram or 3.5 ounce unsalted butter, melted or used Challenge brand butter. Okay, so the rubrics for our performance task. We have now the criteria, the print documents, time limit, following instruction, and presentations of your output. Okay, for the print document, you got 10 points and the students was able to do the activity without supervision. You will be having a 8 points class if the student was able to do the activity with supervision. Then 5 points class if the students did not meet the requirements for the said activity. And then the time limit, the activity is finished before the given time. And then the activity is finished on time. You have 8 points and the 5 points is did not finish the activity. And then the following the instruction, you will have 10 points if you were able to follow the instructions. You will be having 8 points if you ask questions frequently. And then 5 points did not do the activity. And then in presentations class of your output, you'll be given 10 points if the output is very good. There are designs, you added some designs class, and then you will have 8 points if the output is good. And then 5 points did not pass the activity instructed. Okay? So those are now the rubrics class that you are going to consider. In doing the activity class, you will use a legal size paper. Okay? Legal bond paper. And then you will do this activity in 15 minutes only. Okay? So if you have some questions, you can ask me. And then, our assignment for this topic, you're going to advance study about how the internet work. How does the internet work? You are going to research it, or you will have a advanced study. Okay? So, for our concluding activity, words they are printed have a life of their own. Okay? So, therefore, class, since you know how to print document, you can now publish it. You can have to release, or the others can see your works. Therefore, my dear students, it is stated, once your output is printed, it has life. And it has their own. So therefore, class, my dear students, we are going to careful. We are going to responsible of what we are doing. Is it good for us? Is it good for our community? Is it good for the others? Does not mean that you know everything. What is in your mind, you can have it. But you should reflect. Is it good for me? Maybe it is good for you, but how about the others? Okay, because once you printed it, it has life, and that's life. It can reflect, or it can be seen to our actions. So therefore, just like in posting, before clicking, think first. Before printing, first, twice and twice. If that is good for you, or it is bad for you. So that is for Carol Barner. That's all for this day, class. I hope you've learned and have a great day.